Coach, a team you saw 3 games last week and unable to take them out there, but here in Conway, what made the difference? That was coming on top?
You know, I thought KJ Fontenot was doing a really good job on the mound today. He was able to just keep innings really small, just from a base running standpoint, and the offense came out right at the get-go of scoring some runs, and then we were kind of able to tack on. You know, other than the 8th inning, you know, we limited the freebies, and that was the biggest thing. And I thought our guys did a really good job of pounding the zone and making some really good defensive plays.
Sure didn't feel like a 7-over-2. I mean, this conference from 1 through 8, I gotta imagine everybody has a shot, but I think that game really personified it. There's no separation between 2 and 7.
I don't think so, you know, because we got a lot of great coaches in this league, and there's a lot of good players as well. So if you just look at the separation from a game standpoint, you know, how many games people separated themselves from, this has been a really, really competitive conference season, and I think you'll see that continue this week.
You get the rest instead of having to play at noon. You get to play at 7 o'clock tomorrow night, and obviously feeling really good about yourselves. Talk about just mindset going into the winners bracket and who you're going to be putting on the bill.
You know, we were just really excited the way we came out today. We were locked in, and we had really good focus throughout the day, even in pregame preparation. So I felt good about how we were going to play today. So it's nice to be able to get a little bit of a break and kind of sleep in tomorrow and go through that and get to play under the lights tomorrow. That's a really fun environment, especially in the conference tournament. And so we're going to play a really good team who's going to get a win tonight. You know, I mean, so that's going to be really exciting for us. And Bryce Kingsley will go tomorrow. You know, he's been good for us all year. He had some struggles early, but he's been a lockdown guy for us kind of throughout the stretch point of the season.
Awesome. All right, Kaleb. Well, biggest game of the year thus far, and you put together one of your better performances. What did it take to do so well against this current one?
You know, just persistence. Just keep going, keep fighting. You know, keep making pitches, keep throwing pitches.
What about, obviously last week you had pretty good success against them too. Sometimes when you see it, and they've already seen you one time through, they have a little better handle, but it didn't seem to be the case today. How'd you go? How were you able to fool them?
Well, it's baseball, you know. Not every day is the same, and I think, you know, just stay with your game plan, do what you can, you know. Teams behind, with the team behind me, making good plays and stuff, you know.
I think the biggest thing, and I'm sure you wanted the opportunity to brag on him as your catcher. Man, he was awesome defensively tonight. Tell me about that.
You know, he's always doing his best out there. He's very, very reliable. He has a good arm. You know, I mean, what else can you say about him?
Well, some of those situations that he was able to get you out of, I had an extra hard pat on the back. I'm sure when you got back to the dugout.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Maybe spotlight a few of your other teammates behind you today and some of the special things they did to help you go get the win.
I mean, you can't forget Frank out, Chase Marion at first base. You know, double play balls, Connor, Giat. I mean, it's a whole team effort, but today those guys, you know, had a few extra plays.
And tomorrow night you'll be watching from the bench, but you get to play under the lights here, and prime time environment in round 2 of this tournament is always a really special evening, especially if you're facing the home team. I'm sure it's something all these guys are looking forward to.
Yes, sir. Oh, of course. Under the lights just makes everything a little more special. That's for sure.
Coach, I know you're not going to use the excuse, but 2 starters out, you start ace out, it changed the dynamics of this lineup and this team, and it seemed it took a while to get into this game.
Yeah, it did. We were just trying to find ourselves a little bit. Boy, we made some base running mistakes that really cost us, and some things that we don't normally do, and we put ourselves behind the 8 ball a bit. And I thought, you know, McNeese, you got to make sure you understand. We know that they played really well, and they pitched it really well. They did they played lights out defense when they had to. Made a big play at short there. But we put ourselves in a little bind right there, and we're trying to play catch up the whole time. And you can see we're not real good when we put ourselves in those situations. But again, you didn't feel that chemistry that we'd like to see there, that offensive chemistry, because our hits were all over the place, and we didn't have worked hard for the big inning except for one. So we got to make sure we're focused up and ready to get that done, because that's going to be important for tomorrow.
You went with Deems. I mean, you had no choice, obviously, but you know he hung tough.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm sure you would have liked to get a little more out of him.
Yeah, I would have. I'd really like to have that first inning back, and I'd like to have the pass ball back there. You know, we gave him one there, but he did what we had a feeling he'd do. And we felt like we were going to have to use our pen exactly the way we did, and we kept it to the 4-run game. When maybe at times we could have probably let them. They could have obviously scored a few more times, but we pitched it like we thought. I really thought we might score 5 or 6 runs today, and we had our opportunities to do that. But the base running mistakes really killed us early.
Well, Coach, I mean, this team has been able to bounce back, all season. Obviously, you have no choice. You got to bounce back
Sure.
more. But, you got Grant Bourne going. You got to feel a little confident.
Yes, we have one of our best arms going tomorrow, and we got to make sure we clean up our small mistakes. We got to make sure we're the aggressor, and we got to take the fight to the pitcher, regardless of who it is we see. We got to make sure we go to our strengths. When we do that, we're successful. But I have all the confidence in the world with Grant Bourne on the mound, and for our guys to play defense and just get the timely hit when we absolutely need to.